My gosh, I have not seen you guys in a very long time. I have been working literally so much and for so long. I literally work like 11 days in a row, and I just got a day off today and tomorrow. So I was like, hey, why not make a YouTube video since I haven't done that in a while. New update, did my hair finally. I was wanting to go natural, and y'all know that, but it is very hard to maintain natural, so I just got relaxed. And if you guys don't know, I've been on a natural hair journey for almost more than a year now, actually more than a year now. And look at this growth, y'all. Look at this growth. Are you? Wow. Yeah, so I do have hair underneath those wigs, okay, baby? You know that's for a fact. So I'm like super excited and like super happy about that. My natural hair journey is my hair journey is continuously going on and still working, so I'm like super happy about that. Also, I've gotten better at doing my makeup. If you can see right now, my eyeshadow right now, holy cow, I have gotten so much better at doing makeup, like especially eyeshadow. So I'm just like, well, the thing was, I've always wanted to do great at eyeshadow, and so, you know, I was like telling myself that I should just, you know, keep practicing, and honestly, it is not that hard. When you put your determination in something, you can definitely get it done. Anyway, so that's just a few new updates on my life. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I know with elections coming up, or with elections happening and the votes and stuff like that, we're literally waiting to see who's going to be the next president of the United States. I really just want the country to be better in general, like I really do, and we'll just have to see and wait. So yeah, all fingers crossed for that one. But anyways, so yeah, so you guys already know by the title what we're going to be talking about today. Today we are going to be talking about Ji-Hoon and Deavan. Wow, Deavan. I was gonna say Deavan. Wow. Ji-Hoon and Deavan from 90's Day Fiancé. All right, Deavan is a young, my age, female. All right, she is a Caucasian American woman, and then Ji-Hoon is a very not old, but an older Korean male who lives in Korea. But that's just a brief thing. We're gonna get more onto the specifics after I cue the intro. You guys already know what's about to do. Oh wow, I'm stuttering already. You already know what it is. Let's get it popping, let's hit it, and period. I can't stop thinking about you. So yes, so 90's Day Fiancé is basically a show about these couples who one lives in like America, another lives in a different country, and they usually get to meet on like a certain visa, a 90-day visa, and between that time they get to see if they want to spend the rest of their life with each other, or if they don't, then they have to be sent right back to their country unless the person who lives in America wants to, you know, go live with them in their country. So yeah, I honestly find the show very interesting. I think the show is actually rather very interesting, I'm not even gonna lie. But I did kind of stop watching it because I was just like, no. I was like, it kind of started getting kind of crappy after a while, so I was like, yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not really with it. But yeah, so anyway, one thing that did caught my attention was a young couple. Well, I don't think they're a couple anymore, but a young couple at the time by the name of Deavan and Ji-Hoon were together. So I was on Instagram scrolling one day, you know, minding my own business, and I see a video of a Caucasian woman you know, talking about some, you know, she really likes Asian men, and you know, she just finds them attractive and this and that and whatnot, and like the caption of like by the person was like, oh, this is people who want to live their career boot dreams or whatever. And I was just like, yo, this is really sad. So anyway, she continues to keep talking about some, and her name is Deavan, by the way, and so she just continued talking about some, you know, like, you know, keeps talking about some how she wants an Asian man essentially, and you know, stuff like that. Y'all know the works. So she's on Tinder, and she gets onto, you know, Ji-Hoon's profile. She obviously likes him, you know, presses the yay swipe to the right or whatever, and he also, you know, liked her, swipe to the right, and he lives in Korea. He's about, I believe, 28 to 30 if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, anyway, the first time that they meet, so Ji-Hoon actually comes from Korea to America, and they stay at a hotel, and they do the, you know, the deed. The first time they ever met, they do the deed or whatever. And honestly, hey, if you want to have some whatever to, you know, if you need to let that, you know, sexual urges out, do so, but be very smart about it. Please be very smart about it. Like, you know, there's a lot of diseases that go around. Not saying that they're dirty, but, you know, please be smart about the decisions that you make when you first meet somebody, you know. And then she finds out she's pregnant. And obviously, you know, Korea is such a conservative country. It's like, it's those countries where it's like you should be married before you have children. So they decide to tie the knot. So she ends up moving to Korea. She has already a child named Drusilla. So Drusilla was about 3 years old before Deavan got pregnant with the child that her and Ji-Hoon both created. So yeah, so she ends up throwing her life, well, not throwing her life away, but she ends up, like, you know, moving to Korea to stay with Ji-Hoon and his two parents, because he still lives with his two parents, which is amazing. Okay, to me, I feel like if you stay with your parents, right, like I know people are gonna be like ew, if you're like 30 or whatever, you shouldn't be living with your parents. To me, I feel like, hey, like, get a bigger house, of course, but if you want to stay with your parents, stay with your parents. Like, why is that like such a bad thing? Stay with your parents, get a bigger house, I would say, or probably live down the street from them. But, you know, it's always, to me, I love my parents, so it's like I would love to reside in the same, like, community as them. Anyway, so yeah, then she finds out that Ji-Hoon has a crooked job where phones that are, like, left, you know, on the floor or whatever, in, like, hidden places or whatever, or, you know, whatnot, was lost by a person, he resells the phone. Like, so he jailbreaks it, that's what they call it. So, you know, like, factory reset the whole phone, erase everything, and then they sell it to a different person to get money. And then she found out he's also tons of money in debt, tons of money in debt. Yeah. And so yeah, obviously you would get frustrated because of the fact that, hey, like, you don't have a job and you're this much into debt. Like, you don't have a real job and you're this much into debt, and we're about to have a child. Like, no me gusta. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. That's just, like, you know, y'all know what goes on after that, you know, arguments, fights, breaks-ups, and stuff like that, and the baby's born, and then it's like, what are you gonna do? Whatever. I'm just gonna simply talk about my thoughts on the couple. My thoughts on their relationship. I honestly just, I know they're not together anymore. I know that they got a divorce or whatnot, or gonna go through a divorce. One thing I do want to say, just a disclaimer, Ji-Hoon got sent a whole bunch of hate, and he still gets tons of hate sent to him, and I think it's really disgusting with, like, people sending him death threats and whatever. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, you really don't gotta be doing that to somebody. Like, even if you don't like Ji-Hoon or whatever, like, you don't really gotta be doing all that, right? Anyway, so their relationship kind of like shows, like, Korea boos and Asian boos, weeaboos, whatever it is, of how y'all delusional ass, like, Korea boos, weeaboos, Asian boos, whatever it is, go to these Asian countries or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I'm a different this, I'm, you know, whatever, I can go get this man, I can get this man, I can get this woman. Hey, if you're into women too, you're like, oh, I'm different, so I could get them. And then you end up finding, like, not saying Ji-Hoon is a bum, but you end up finding somebody with no job, or, you know, a criminal or something like that. And then, you know, you end up just being like, oh my gosh, like, why is this happening to me? Like, the universe doesn't like me. No, sis. Like, okay, first of all, I'm not saying broaden your horizon. Hey, if you only like Asian guys, that's, you know, that's your preference. I can't say nothing, okay? I preferably like all the colors of the rainbow, baby. You can't discriminate, okay? But yeah, if you're interested into, like, one specific race, that's fine. But it's like, at least look for somebody who, if you're into one specific, that's fine. But don't fetishize. I've already been through this and said this multiple fucking times. And I always say, don't fetishize. I'm actually going to put that on a shirt. I'm gonna put that on a shirt, honestly. And you know, even if I get 5 people that's gonna buy the shirt, that's fine. But I'm gonna put it on a shirt that says, don't fetishize Asian men. Just stop. Don't fetishize any type of men. Don't. Okay? And I know I say Asian men a lot, and that's because I'm into K-pop. Alright? I'm into J-pop. I'm into C-pop. I'm into Bollywood. I'm into all types of Asian music. So when I see like other people who are just like, oh my gosh, I want a Korean man, or I want this man, I want a Japanese man, stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, I just want to do it because they look like this idol or they look like this celebrity, I'm just like, confusion, like perplexed, you know what I'm saying? And I know somebody's gonna be like, because it's so funny to me how I keep saying this, I'm like, don't fetishize Asian men, and they're like, oh, you say don't fetishize Asian men, but all your content is K-pop. And I'm like, first of all, that's not true. That's not fucking true at all. I talk about the black community. I talk about a whole bunch of things. And second of all, what the hell does me liking K-pop have to do with me saying a message that should already be clear to you? You're just trying to divert the issue. And that's what it is. Alright? Their relationship, Ji-Hoon and Devan's relationship, like, first of all, Devan is very young. She's a very young girl. And, you know, to me, I just feel like she needs to grow up. Even till now, like, I'm like, yo, you need to grow up, like, seriously, like, girl, like, you have 2 children at this point, like, now is really the time to really, like, grow up and look for somebody who can be a good caretaker. Hey, if you don't want to make things work with Ji-Hoon, okay, fine, but, like, don't rush into relationship after relationship after relationship. And then it's like, again, I've seen this so many times, and I'm sure you guys have seen this too, where, like, a person who fetishizes, like, again, Asian men or whatever, you know, when they end up like putting themselves into jeopardizing situations. And it's crazy because it's like, yo, nah, you doing too much, shawty. Like, relax, calm down, calmate, take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. All right, Devan really just, to me, just made me so like not surprised. Like, it literally showed me even more of why I make these YouTube videos, because I'm like, for girls like her. All right, like, yo, just like I said, this isn't a hating video, this is just my thoughts video. And also, this isn't to say don't like Asian men. I am not saying that at all. I'm just saying be careful with the situations that you put yourself, and let's say if you have children in, be careful. You can't just meet random people online. Like, yes, I do believe you could find love anywhere. That's fine. I know there's people that go on Meet. They're like, oh, I want to find like a Korean boyfriend there, or this and that and whatnot. And I'm just like, Meet, Tinder, usually a lot of, you know, apps like those, you know, you're gonna see a lot of boys. All right, there probably will be a group of men who are very nice, very mature, you know, ready to take things seriously. But you're gonna have to get through a bunch of the bad apples to get to the good. That good, juicy apple. The good, juicy red apple, okay? No green apples. No, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm kind of hungry right now that I think about it. All is well. I know Ji-Hoon right now is going through a lot, especially with his mental health. And so definitely I support him, you know, and, you know, I don't really like them so much as like together. But individually, I think that Ji-Hoon is and was trying to grow as a person. So I definitely will give him that respect for that. Because before, I just thought he was just this immature person who was just like, oh, carefree and whatnot. You know, he's actually trying to change. So, you know, definitely, and keep your head up. And, you know, as for Devan, I do hope that you grow up, you know, and whatnot. And also stop sending hate to Drusilla like a little child. Like, are you serious? Like, shut the fuck up. Who are you to be judging a little ass kid? But yeah, so that's really all I gotta say. Supposedly Devan got a new man, I'm just a new Asian man, and I'm just like, oh god. So anyway, so we'll see more about that. So that's really all my thoughts tonight for the Devan and Ji-Hoon 90-day fiance relationship or whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also comment down below and tell me how you guys are, because I genuinely miss you guys. And also tell me your thoughts too. Try to keep the comment section clean, because I realized that I got like a lot of little like young teenagers, you know, like subscribe to me. So I was like, kind of gotta try to keep this PG. yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. Have a good day, good night, good evening. Stay home and stay safe if you can. If you go outside, wear a mask, social 6 feet distance les social feet, okay? Please. All right, be careful and stay safe out there. Love you. Kisses, Dahlia.